One swimming up, one swimming downstream. The Pisces life, the Pisces life. Two fish living in a dream. One swimming up, one swimming downstream. The Pisces life, 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 the Pisces life.
Let's get right on into this 139th episode of the Pisces Life Podcast. I am one of your March-born Pisces on the microphone. Just brimming with tea that is just, it spilleth over. I am just Letitia, and on the other microphone, my other Pisces sis.
It is I, the incense Kylo. I'm here, y'all. It's been a rough day on me, sis.
Oh, sis.
I've been in my feelings with a capital C.
Oh, okay.
All of the words is capitalized.
Girl, who we riding down on? What?
If we ride down on who I would like to ride down on, we gonna get tackled by Secret Service.
I see we're in current news. Go ahead. I'm with you now. I've got the headline in my mental Rolodex. Hit it, sis. Woo.
So there was a story that broke. And I'm so thankful that I did not see this story yesterday and it disrupted the whole day.
Okay.
That I was able to keep myself together in that moment. So when I read it this morning after having good slumber, I certainly was better prepared to receive it, but equally still as angry. So we have a report that our current sitting president paid $750 in federal income taxes in 2016 and 2017, a New York Times report. It was also reported that he paid no income taxes at all in 10 of the previous 15 years. The person occupying the position in the White House, of course, dismissed it, sent a 12 midnight tweet, fake news, and that the Times illegally acquired his records. Well, let's get into it, sis. Can we just talk about the fact that you could have been released your tax returns and we would have already knew what was the truth versus what you are reporting is a lie? Even the truth is a lie. That's a day 26.
Even the truth is a lie. Oh, you better speak on it, sis. I'm gonna hold my mule and my comment. Keep going.
I'm so enraged. I posted something on Twitter this morning. It was a snapshot of my breaking news or, trending news. And in that, it had Wesley Snipes at the end of that trend.
Now, I saw it with the tear from New Jack City. The internet stays undefeated, sis.
The internet be winning, y'all. And Brother Wesley Snipes served, I believe, 3 years in prison for tax avoidance.
Creative tax.
Despite the fact that when he got rounded up, he was like, my fault. I can give you about $850,000 and then put me on a payment plan. I get the rest. And they was like, no, sir, Blades. No, sir. You got to come up in here and serve this time. There's been so many people who have either served jail time, had their wages,
garnished,
garnished, and people like us who are independent contractors, who have to beg, borrow, pillage, and steal sometimes to ensure that that we are able to make our tax burden for just trying to live our lives independently. And this here person who is a crook at the highest level of crookedness is not only running our country, has access to our financial and IRS related issues and foreign relations around debt and just I've actually dropped one half of a thug tear this morning because I was so mad at this. Why is this allowed to happen? And not that I'm shocked that it's happened. Hannah Nicole Jones has said we can still be outraged and not be shocked. Because I'm not shocked that it happened because I was very clear. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, your internet keeps going. You're freezing up.
Oh, it might be unstable. Let me get myself together. And let me actually take off my headphones. Maybe that is the problem.
Oh, I noticed you got some new. They're cute.
Look at that. Look at that.
That is really cute. I like those.
Thank you. So,
okay.
Hannah Nicole Jones said it best. She said, you could still be outraged and not be shocked. I'm not shocked that he's a crook because I believe that we knew that prior to him being elected. I am shocked that, one, he's still in office, and two, that these Republicans, who I consider them to be enemies of the state at this point, has allowed injustice to our democracy to go unpunished,
unchecked, unbothered. All of it, sis.
I don't know what else to say.
This is what took me out, though. $72.9 million tax refund. 72.9 million with an M. Million refund. I don't know what's happened in my life, but I never get this type of return. As a matter of fact, we were talking about this in my circles and somebody had made this comment. She said, I don't know what's happened, but it seems like the last 5 to 7 years, I just all of a sudden started owing. Just all of this, no matter what I did, I just started owing. I hadn't changed my tax exemptions. Nothing had changed in the household, head of household. As a matter of fact, we hadn't even earned any, we got the standard of living. So it wasn't like we had got a big raise and had jumped to a new job, new income tax bracket. Nothing in our household changed. Nothing. But mighty funny, for the last 5 to 7 years, we have owed. And she said it's not been little bits either. And they're a joint couple that file like together people. I know people that are married have the option to do injured spouse or no, we ain't together, or we always broke up at tax time. I don't know how it worked, but $72.9 million refund, and he got it. Now, see, this is where you say, what was it, sis? I'm disgusted, but I'm not shocked. But this one nearly took me out. $72.9 million refund. Well, no wonder our stimulus checks is late. The second one. No wonder we got to talk about it.
No wonder the SBA is all disastrously designed and behind, because we have someone who is counting on his fingers and defrauding the Internal Revenue Service of the hard-earned coin. I have a statistical reference, sis, I would like to point out.
Please.
I want to shout out to #BrokeAmerica. as president. Excuse me for saying the
We
A
allowed.
word. It's
We allowed.
allowed because
It's a quote.
we're quoting the Twitter. It's hashtag broke as president. There is a statistical chart that accounts for the last 6 presidents of these here United States.
I see it.
Where the federal taxes paid first year in office is what they're calculating. Ronald Reagan, $165,202. George H.W. Bush.
That's the daddy.
That's the daddy. $101,382. Bill, I played the saxophone Clinton. And I did not have relationships with that woman.
Him. That's him.
He paid $62,670. George W. Bush, the son. He paid $250,221. Our president.
Favorite president. Forever president.
Forever president. Hashtag forever president. He paid $1,792,414 in federal taxes.
And then the one we got now paid what?
$750. First year in office, federal taxes paid.
Sis, I have spent $750 on toilet paper alone in this pandemic since March.
Come on and talk about it. Sis, I have paid $750 in internet upgrade fees to ensure.
Don't speak about it.
You can tape this podcast and not get the unstable. that Pisces Life audience, I just got it. I'm just letting you know.
It's upgraded just now.
Just now.
Sis.
$750
in groceries for sure since the pandemic.
I was about to say the Instacart. That's Instacart fee.
Baby, ship it, Instacart it, bring it out here to the perk up at the curb. Yes. I'm with it. I wasn't with it before. I'll put an app now if I can get these groceries at these doors. Oh yes, I'm downloading your app.
Yes.
Oh, but who paid the most though, sis? This reference right here, who paid the most? Barack Obama. Why the black man pay the most?
Why the black man that the current sitting president, accused of being a non-citizen, paid all of the taxes? This is just a representative of what happens in this country to black people. Now Barack and Michelle was sitting at their big table. You know how you do when you want to sit down and figure out your tax burden. You get all your paperwork. You be like, ooh, what happened to that receipt? Where that W-2 1099 extra piece of paperwork? They pulled it all together and managed to pay their very large tax burden off. And then you mean to tell me that this man, and nobody audited him? Sis, I got audited when I was 32 years old. Sis, now you know me, sis. You know I ain't no part of nobody millionaire. Why you auditing me?
Girl.
I may or may not, when I was 21, had a random child on my tax report. That actually wasn't me that had did that. I'm just saying. Things get complicated when you're trying to graduate from college and lots of things and parents and stuff. All I'm saying, sis, is it wasn't me. How I get audited for my little bit of income, and they just was checking. It was this random checks. You mean to tell me his How many millions of dollars did he get back?
72.9 of them.
There wasn't nobody in the Internal Revenue Service
Nobody.
like, this
a lot of money.
seems a little odd.
This is odd, isn't it? $72.9 million. They wrote that check and said, here is your refund.
$72 million. Do you know what $72 million could do in this economy for people who actually need it?
Do you know what $72.9 would do for what people need right now? Because they've cut unemployment. There is no second stimulus package. Shout out to Governor Gretchen Whitmer of Michigan, who said, you know what, we're going to pick up that $300 extra for the unemployment. Okay. We're going to look at what we can do, because the state of Michigan is saving tons of money with these workers at home. Mm-hmm. They are saving tons of money on lights, gas, building fees, security, et cetera, et cetera. So there should be a surplus somewhere. I just think that it's and we'll move on from this because we could beat this up for real. But we want you all to be aware. I've also been audited. I was in my 20s when I got audited. Now, the guy that was doing my taxes, I had no idea that he was under federal investigation for messing up somebody else's taxes. And so because he was my preparer, I was a part of this, and I was audited literally for 7 years straight. Wow. And when I first got the initial audit, they went back 10 years, and I was audited for the next 7 years. I couldn't make, and I was like, what is the deal, girl? He went to prison and everything. But, you know, they were like, oh, are you aware of how much you paid him in fees? He was one of these wrap around and hide the fees, and I done already paid, you done already paid me, and da-da-da-da-da. Mm-hmm. It was ridiculous, the amount of money that I paid. I mean, I wish I could have got to his visiting day, because I'd have bopped him on his little head if I'd have seen him. Right. It irritated me. And I always trust CPAs or somebody who's a tax professional, not a seasonal person, no shade to them, because they're functional and they work. But for people who have not real tax situations, but tax situations that are more complicated and more ongoing, it is best to have, more advanced tax situation. Now, here's the thing that gets me also in this. You've done this for decades. This is just what we found out about. You have been doing this for the long, again, high crimes of white collars and white people. Black folks couldn't do that. You heard the chart. You heard the information, Pisces Life listeners. You heard that. Who paid the most taxes? Barack Obama. Over $1 million. They made sure they got all of that income coinage accounted for and billage thereafter. And for the first forever lady too. They sure did. They couldn't take a speaking engagement. She couldn't work at the hospital for the University of Chicago like she had been previously, without there being a conflict, a denouncing, making sure that she's not. I mean, the scrutiny. The audacity. The audacity. If Barack Obama did thimbleful of the stuff that has happened in this presidential cycle, Brother Barack would be in jail. We would be out there having to do our little vigils. We would be marching on his behalf, because they would have put him in jail right away. They would have removed him from office. This would have been like no other presidential opportunity in our history. But yet he'll remain current. And I promise you, Letitia, Girl.
And I'm going to stop talking about it. If for some reason this man is allowed to remain in office,
Girl.
I am saddened by what's going to happen the next day.
It's just
They're
sad.
going to toss this place up, baby. Because there is people who are like just disgusted with this, not just his behavior, his lack of regard, the lying. I mean, he doesn't look well.
No, but he won't keel over.
Which, of course, then you gotta, not that I am asking for anybody's
No, me either.
I just got questioned. Dear God. May we know when you're going.
Listen, it's just, there are days when I literally cannot believe that this is where we are. This is where we are. This is where we are. This is who's in charge. This is who's making decisions. This is where we are. I never imagined that he would have won. I never would have imagined it. And I damn sure didn't imagine that we would be in this bad a shape. I mean, it's not good. I literally this morning, I woke up with a few things on my heart, and this was one of them. I'm like, God, what is really going on? I mean, blatantly. There have been so many violations according to the ACLU, according to the ethics committees, et cetera, these ethics arms of folks, from the Hatch Act with his children, with the nepotism, with the whole Ukraine situation, there's just been so much. Remember when he was running for president, he said, I literally could shoot somebody in the middle of Fifth Avenue. And what are they going to? I'm starting to believe that now. He really probably could. And probably would turn next to some police officer next to him or one of his MAGA followers and say, hey, let me borrow your AK-47, buddy. I mean, it's just stupid. We do not condone the pilfering of the people. This is in the spirit murder that this man has committed. My God. Suicide rates, help us, Jesus. There were 40,000 evictions every day in New York starting in September. Up to 40,000 evictions a day. Families living in boarded up houses. Families. You in Section 8 housing or subsidized housing or affordable housing, and you don't have the space or even the allowance to choose to help your family out during this time because the government doesn't allow it. Shelters are overflowing.
So many people in need.
So many people in need.
So many people in need. Mental health packed to the brim with people who need it because it's part of their DNA, biologically induced.
Yes.
It is trauma triggered. It is now there are so many people who need help.
Right. And people who've never needed help before. We had a friend in our friend circle who was like, I don't know what to do. I mean, she's like frozen in fear. She was like, I've worked at my job for 30 years and I've had a paycheck every 2 weeks for 30 years. And now suddenly that's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Every 2 weeks for 30 years, I've had a paycheck. And that's gone. Gone. Well, why don't you just retire? Why don't you just retire? She said, girl, I could have, she said, honey, if slap the piss out of somebody would, I believe I had enough strength to do it. On to other businesses. So much. This needs to be a convening of the board of aunties of the village.
Come on.
Because there's so much going on. First of all, just the kid from the Shy, I think he fell and kind of bumped his head a little bit. Now, I thought he would be a good date, but I saw something in him, sis, that made me say,
Mm. What happened, sis? Break it down.
sis. First of all, who don't know DJ D Nice with his fine self? Club Quarantine has been bumping. Club CQ. You know, it's just that is an established situation. Well, you know, I stay on the Instagram. I'm trying to a little bit more. And I still don't know what I'm doing with posting. But anyway, I am doing very well with reading and liking people's things.
There you go, sis.
That's where I am.
Attainable goals.
Obtainable goals, sis.
And reading. Yes.
One of these days, I'm going to get there. But I came across Deion Cole's page, and there was this scuttlebutt about him calling out DJ D Nice. Like, how you gonna do a Sunday fellowship type of situation for the old school? And, hey, why you gonna go on my show start at 11? And, you know, you need to make room for other DJ. I don't know what all was, girl. Well, D Nice responded before his set and was like, how you gonna tell me? I don't bother nobody. I play my music. Club Quarantine is here. Have confidence in yourself. How dare you call me and tell me when I can DJ? How dare you tell me when I can go on? I don't come and tell jokes. I'm not trying to tell no jokes. Ooh, baby. I mean, let the men speak. Can the men speak? I don't know where this conversation is going, but I did go back by Deion Cole's Instagram because I wanted to snap it so that we could talk about it today, honey. That post is down and gone. But you can Google YouTube's response, D Nice's response. You know, there was something with Flex Alexander was up in that, and Deion Cole was like that. He stole this from Flex. You know, Flex was the original DJ who was on. Somebody was like, Flex was doing karaoke, Deion. Now, stop. Now, you're not going to be out here telling this here.
No tales.
And again, the social media, IG stayed undefeated too. Somebody was like, look, now, we go to both clubs, okay? He has shouted you out. Girl, people was just not having it. What? Sis, it could all be so simple.
It could all be so simple. Baby.
Come on, Lauren.
But you'd rather make it hard.
Yes.
Don't make it hard, Deion Cole. Come on now. We got you a Twitter card. We told you that you look like somebody that would share your plate at the barbecue. Don't make us take down our Twitter card, Deion Cole. Like, the world is big enough. There are people who are listening to you straight up and down. They ain't never gonna listen to D Nice. Never. They ain't never going to Club Quarantine. They only showing up for you.
Right.
So you okay. You are okay. You just became a DJ in July.
Not even, right. Has it been that long? I mean, I just, and, your sets is all house music, which I love. But, I mean, they did not call you to host the Emmys, boo. They didn't.
And it's okay. It's okay. We're okay.
Club Quarantine, there's a different mystique for each Club Quarantine, and I call it Club Deion or Sunday Fellowship is what he calls it.
Yeah.
Sunday Disco Fellowship. It's two totally different crowds up in there. Yes, Club Quarantine tends to be more Hollywood. I feel like the waitresses never see me waiting for my bottle because they got Taraji P. Henson rolling through, and they got Michelle Obama, our forever first lady, rolling through. It's hard to get me a wing or two.
Hard. They don't even let me in, sis.
Oh, sis.
I had on gym shoes at Club Quartet.
Oh,
They told me no gym shoes allowed. I couldn't get in. So I had to go on over to Dion's because
see, that's what I mean. I don't want to say this, but it's like CQ is kind of Club Hollywood, and the Sunday Fellowship be where the working folk come to kick back, and that's more my speed. I feel like I'm always just out of place in CQ. They're
right.
What Denzel? That's Denzel.
Right. It just be too much.
It just be too much
pressure.
Too much pressure, girl. Too much pressure.
And in Club Quarantine, you get still the spammers that's coming through.
Girl.
Look, we're not gonna buy your mixtape
or your Forex trading, sir.
Training. What? Who is in here? What?
Waist trainers. Oh my gosh. I saw something about you can drink this tea to increase your boob size or something.
And tummy tea. And the person
CBD oil,
the promotional, you can get your 2 flyers for this. Who is you, boo? What you talking about?
Please get out the club.
That's not happening over there at the fellowship. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's not. It's not.
The scammers know the fellowship is working class folk. We didn't pay our taxes. We ain't got no money. They trying to get that rich money over there at the Quarantine.
Yes, honey. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. The VIP section is closed to me, sis.
Oh.
It is closed to me up in there. It's just it's a different kind of crowd. But I really do hope that they get that situated. I hope that Brother Dion, comes to his senses and that they can smooth it out. Because just back in April, he was shouting out, "Oh man, D Nice came to my Sunday fellowship. Oh, my friend D Nice." And then it's September and y'all all beefed out. What?
Yeah, we don't like that.
Family, we don't have time. It's enough time in the day. I mean, and then I wanted to say, well, did anybody tell Dion Cole that when he starts at 11, it's already 2:00 over here? So we done already been in Club CQ for 2 hours, if that's what you want to do. Now, if you used to club hopping like you do in real life, baby, people got time to come to both.
Come on. Sometimes you need the pre-party and then the after party. Like, it's okay. It's okay. There's enough of us out here that you don't have to worry about.
No.
I promise you. It's enough of us. Some people like Kraft select cheese slices. Some people eat the Lucerne. You know what I'm saying? Some people like the board, and it's okay.
It is.
Choose your cheese wisely.
Girl, and let me tell you something. While you choosing cheese, you need to choose your friends and your inner circle just as wisely. So I did not give this the satisfaction. I did not give this not one click. I didn't give it an iota of thought other than enough for this conversation. And I'm going to take it here. Tory Lanez finally had something to say with his itty bitty self. When you technically qualify as a full-grown man to be in a booster seat by law, because you don't meet the height or the weight requirements, you done been out here. I don't know what happened in that situation. I don't. Between the two of them, now here go people, you should believe Megan. Okay. But I still don't know what happened in this situation. It's still unclear to me, sis. What is all of this that has happened? But I have two main problems. I only read the pieces in the shade room, and I read the pieces of other people's reactions and internet tweets, and I saw some of the call outs from the lyrics. Sir, nephew, let me gather you. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? You make an album about the whole situation, whatever it is, whatever it ain't. You talking about how much you like Kylie. Now, isn't that interesting? Kylie ain't heard a word. She Casper the Friendly Ghost up on this mug. Really? They said you was in the car, sis. They said you was available, sis. They said you was a witness. Let me not call her sis. Chick. They said you was a witness, little girl. She ain't said not nary word. I find that interesting. Just different, strange, putting a pause on it. But you're out of order. You made a whole album about the situation. Meg's The Stallion's medical records have been obtained by the Shade Room. I don't know who getting fired from their job for leaking them records. I don't know. But the Shade Room confirmed, so they say, that they, have the records and that it was confirmed that she had a gunshot. I've consulted with a few folks that I happen to know in the medical field. It is a dang gone miracle that you get shot up in both of your feet and it misses the tendons, the bones, the muscles, all of that. It missed every bit of that. That is a straight up miracle. I take nothing from it because God can do anything. He's still in the healing business. You hear me? Something ain't right with this whole situation. Something ain't right. And here's what I will say. Only the two of these fools know what happened. And I say fools because it's foolish that we still talking about this. Both of them releasing records and songs and hits. She on the chart. She got the diamond crushed out knuckle rings that say F-U. That's all blinged out. Do you, boo? Do you? Second thing that irritated me, sis, the mother situation. Well, we connected, remember, because both of our mother. I'm telling you, sis, I'm writing a book about the 7 spirits that come around you when you're grieving. And that first spirit, baby, that show up is that thieving of your soul spirit. That one that sees you down. I'll never forget, I had somebody in my life that told me it was a lot easier when you was grieving to get whatever I wanted from you.
Wow.
Now, we haven't spoken since, and this has been decades now. But what a sobering moment. What a sobering moment. People will use you and abuse you when they know you don't have your people. But what I do care about is how you move forward, sis. This is a moment where you need to find out and truly know who's in your inner circle. Because you got nobody should have been able to get close to you, like to shoot you in both of your feet and then not want to discuss, follow up. He still ain't arrested. Apparently there was a gun that matched, didn't match. What is the real story? What?
It's just too much and somebody's not telling the truth. And I just had to let this story go. I too was offended that he released this album, and of course people are going to, purchase it and engage with it. I am just hopeful to her, and this is a message really to her because I see myself in her.
I do too in a few ways, especially the grief part. Yep.
Yeah, and that when you are grieving, sometimes you are permissive.
Yes.
Much more permissive than you would have been under other circumstances, because you are still trying to determine who the new you is. Because once you lose someone close to you, you emerge a new person. You
Yes.
emerge in, a person in this post grief apocalypse, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in her trying to identify herself post grief and managing Holly Weird
Girl, Holly Weird.
is just gotta be something. And I know that a lot of people who listen to Meg's music loves Meg. I don't know who Meg's girls are. Like, who got her back? Like, is she connected with any other sister in the industry or whatever? Like, I know she made the song with Cardi B, but like, where her girlfriends at that can help to not only just be a support for her, but create better energy around her so that the foolishness will stay away from her. Because if you
Okay.
get you a pair of good girlfriends,
Come on.
their energy will protect you. Now, sometimes depending upon their energy, it might not be the best. So choose your friends wisely. That is what you started this whole segment saying. But I feel like I wish she had other people around her, because the people that she probably trusted the most aren't here with her anymore. And that
Yes.
just makes me sad for her, because she's still a young girl, she's a towering figure in physical stature and lyrical prowess. She's still a young girl.
Yes. And she's experienced this loss at her formative years. That's the part of me that I see in your young 20s, and you're coming into that womanhood.
Mhm.
And there was something for the longest, even as a 40-something-year-old woman, I've often described this as feeling unfinished. I feel like there are some things that a mother may, or I had hoped to receive ushered into womanhood, and that just didn't happen, for me naturally. I just, have mercy, God. I think about her all the time. Another person who is also on my mind that got some family business that has got me worried
Mm.
is Miss Jaguar Wright. You had put me up on her little page not too long ago, sis, and I'm like, ew,
There's,
ew.
there's a lot there.
There's a
And
lot.
you know, we we live in a very, I would say, controlled environment, sis.
Yes.
We've chosen some careers and are currently engaged in opportunities
Uh-huh.
where we are pretty protected.
Uh-huh.
And anything that don't feel right, when we don't think it's right, we like, oh no, I feel like there's just been a lot that has happened to her, and she is sharing that. And
Yeah.
how she's sharing it, though, is difficult, I think, for a lot of us to consume, because it feels like so much, right?
Yes, it's
Um,
heavy.
it's heavy information amidst pandemic and everything else that we're dealing with. Uh, Remote school almost took me out this morning, sis. So I understand. Like, we was almost like,
Girl.
to be over. So there's a lot happening, and I can't help but think that those who already was dealing with unaddressed trauma
Yes.
and mental health issues, what that looks like and what that shows up as. Now, I'm not saying that she requires a therapist, or it's not for me to
Mm-hmm.
send her into a clinical space, because I don't know what the sister is doing. All I know is that she seems to be super hurt, is what it feels like to me. That she's super hurt. That
Mm-hmm.
hurt is manifesting itself in anger. And then we get these rants on Instagram and calling people out, and I'm just like, woo, sis. I had
Girl.
no idea. I had
Okay.
no idea that any of these things were happening. And if she says that they're true, this is her truth. You know?
It's a lot going on. And, the exposure, I had heard some of those stories about this week. She was on P. Diddy and Mary J. Blige. And I had heard some of those stories about P. Diddy. One of my medical school students who was a New Yorker, her sister used to intern for him.
Mm.
And she said that it was to the point where her parents were like, yeah, you're done.
Mm-hmm.
It was not an environment that, as a father, their father did not want their young daughter in that environment. He was like, you're going to have to find another way to break into the music industry, baby. Because this ain't it. Because I'm going to go to jail for this man here.
Mm-hmm.
So I have just always, and that was enough for me.
Yep.
But I don't know what will come of this. And she's been very clear, if I'm lying, sue me. And ain't not one lawsuit came forward yet. Ain't not one refute from nowhere done came forward yet. I don't know. I don't know. I hope that there's a moment where she's able to sit down and get a space to heal, because there is a lot. I understand what it means when you get tired. When you get tired. But I also know and believe it may take a while, but you really will see your enemies fall before you. You really will.
Absolutely. I believe that.
You really will.
I want that sister to find some happiness. I'm not sure what happy looks like for her. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know if she knows. But
when she sings,
she does sing.
She is happy. That girl can blow.
Yeah, she can.
She can blow. She still got the pipes, sis. Ain't no denying that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Now, I ain't gonna lie. She did kind of eat up that All I Can Say by Mary J. Blige, because she done called her out. She wants a versus match with her. Yes, she did, girl. Yes, that.
And I was like,
oh. Went right to her page and asked Mary J. Blige directly for a versus challenge.
I was like,
and then proceeded to sing. Oh, All I Can Say.
It's just a lot happening.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Girl.
They didn't let some of the people free on the internet.
Girl.
They just used it to the best of their abilities.
This is what month 6 of the quarantine looked like. I'm out here. Folks is Instagram gangsters and Twitter finger happy. Baby, it's a lot going on in these Twitter and internet social media streets.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, sis, I'm trying to think. There was one other little thing that happened. Oh, baby, the Shade Room. They posted our Pisces sis. Did I sent that to you? Folks just don't have no chill. Our Pisces sis Lunel did a throwback where she reminded me of Patrice Rushen.
She did look like Patrice Rushen.
Okay, she had the gold beads or shells on the end of them braids, honey, with that ponytail to the sides. And baby, her got them DDs, them big boobs pushed up, baby. She was looking just as cute as she could. But the Shade Room, ouch. Y'all not nice. Shade Room guest, you also treated Toni Braxton poorly. Toni Braxton said she would only do a versus with Mariah Carey or Mary J. Blige. Baby, the Shade Room said, you need to do a versus your sister. How about that? How about you do Shade Room guests? Roomies, y'all let people have it in a very particular way. Girl, somebody was like, Toni Braxton wish she could. The living legend could outsing Mariah.
It's tough out here. People
I don't like it, sis.
got their opinions, and
Girl,
they are strong.
they strong.
He is really strong.
There's a lot of scrimp in these
That's
opinions.
that's why we struggle here on the Pisces.
Right. That's right.
We scared.
We like friends. We like friends. Because
We-
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to be just like Lunel, clapping back. The first time you come for one of my old throwback pictures talking about, I know. The first thing, look at how, say something. Say something about, okay? Let me pull out my pictures pre-85 plus pounds, and I'm burning the internet down. I will be Twitter. You'll call it Tweety. Look, I'm not playing around out here. It was really rough in the shade room this week. I mean, they just let people have it.
just people. I think people are frustrated.
Girl.
Yeah, I think people thought that this would be over by now. And they can't go outside. They can't go eat none of their food in their favorite
Woo.
restaurant. They can't go see their movies. People are fed up and they just taking it out on each other. Y'all, come on, be kind. Be kind.
Be kind.
Be kind. It's
There
tough
are
on everybody.
people. Yes. There are people on the other side of your comments, and I try to remember that. We have had a few people in the celebrity stratosphere that made the news for having breakdowns behind, comments that are posted in there. Tamar Braxton resurfaced this week with a post, and folks was quick to tell her, hey, get off of here posting. You need to heal. Ain't you crazy? Ain't you going crazy? Didn't you just try to kill yourself? Oh, and then somebody actually said, that saying was going around, kill yourself if you think. I hate that saying. Ugh. I mean, just no chill.
No chill.
We want to encourage you to remember that there are people with real feelings on the end of your Twitter fingers and your Instagram gangsters.
Come on.
It's real life.
Real life.
And it's more than hurting feelings. It's hurting reputations sometimes.
Absolutely. Like, just think before you share and type.
Yes.
And hack. A lot of times y'all don't even have all of the information and you out here just spewing.
Yes.
Now I know y'all saying, what is Kai talking about? She get on this podcast every week sharing her opinions. Such why we can't, but I do's mine in love. Y'all, come on,
Yes.
y'all know how we do it over here. We do it in love.
We want you to be better.
We want you to be better.
And we're working on ourselves. We're transparent.
Absolutely. We don't want you to be out here in the world starting fights with people and picking on them. Like, we going through enough. We going into the fall. For most of us, it's been really hard going through 3 seasons now.
Girl, okay.
In the house and managing so much. Like, be kind to someone today, starting with yourself. You can be someone.
You have to be kind out here. Put a little kindness in this world because it's beating us up in different ways.
Show enough.
Well, sis, I done got it all out tonight, girl. I think we done caught everybody up on everything.
I believe that's true. And I am so excited. We have some news that we'll be sharing in the next few.
We can't wait to tell y'all. Cannot wait.
So, on that note, it's been another edition of the Pisces Life. Thank you for listening. We appreciate you rocking with us, supporting us, streaming and sharing. Got so many inboxes on the Facebook, like, give us this link. Is you on Apple? Is you everywhere you can find music and podcasts? The Pisces Life is. Follow us, listen to us, share with us. We appreciate you. If you're looking to connect with us on the social webs, we are there. We're on the Twitter as Pisces Podcast, 2 words. We're on Facebook and Instagram as The Pisces Life, ThePisceslife. If you want to like send us a comment or a suggestion, ask us
A nice one now.
Send a donation, whatever. You can do that at thepisceslife@gmail.com. That's where we are, and we will respond. Sis, where can they find you?
If they are looking for me, they can find me peeking in and out of the shade room, running this Sunday Disco Fellowship and Club CQ. I'ma still go to both, depending on how I feel. But you can find me at I Am Just Letitia, Letitia, everywhere you are. There I is too. And sis, if they are looking for you, baby, where can they find you? Still with that curl pattern. You better get to downloading that on Spotify and up on the SoundCloud and up on the I saw it on something else too. What was it on? The DJ Baby. No, CD Baby.
Yeah, CD.
I think it's on CD Baby. Yeah.
CD Baby. Absolutely.
Get that thing.
Yeah, it's a good album. Y'all should check it out. Let me know what you think. I'm there on curl pattern, adjusting my curl pattern.
Your hair looks cute tonight, girl.
Thank you. Trying to ensure my gray stay together. Y'all can find me on Twitter at KaiLovesYou, KaiLovesu, and I'm on Instagram. Just added 2 to that, KaiLovesYou too. Thank y'all again for listening. We are out of here. Peace.
2 fish living in a dream. One swimming up, one swimming downstream. The Pisces Life. The Pisces